guys, keep watching to see my soft glam makeup tutorial. So first I'm going to go in with primer, and this is the Power Grip primer from E.L.F. I just recently started using this and I like how it keeps my makeup all together all day. Like I don't have to worry about my face breaking out, pimples and whatnot. Like it's very amazing. It's really been helping me a lot. Next, I'm going to go in with my Maybelline New York Fit Me foundation, and this is the Dewy Smooth foundation, and I am in the shade 310, which is sun beige. I really am obsessed with Maybelline. Like this is my go-to foundation. I always find it easy to get all over my face, and it's water-based. I really like water-based foundations because they're good on my skin. My skin gets real oily, so I don't like thicker foundations, so I always stick with Maybelline because they're really water-based. For eyebrows, first I'm going to go in with my E.L.F Instant Lift Brow Pencil. And I'm not going to use a pencil. I'm just going to use the brush part just to brush my brows out. But I have been into pomades, which I love to use on my eyebrows. So I'm going to be using the E.L.F Lock On Liner in Brow Cream. And this is in the shade Espresso. So I really been into pomades, which make my brows a little bit more thicker. I feel like pencils I have to constantly draw on over and over and over. And I just like to get my brows done in a faster pace because believe it or not, when it comes to makeup, brows are just the hardest part of doing your makeup. To clean up my brows, I'm going to be using my Covergirl trublend concealer, and I'm in the shade Warm Nude. And I'm just going to be going in, cleaning my brows up, making sure that I make everything nice and neat and make sure that my brows are giving a natural look. Like you don't want to make your brows a little bit too thick than what they actually are because people can really tell. So it's always good to go back and clean up any mistakes you've made when you were doing your brows. For my under eye, I'm going to be going back in with the Covergirl True Blend Concealer, and I'm going to blend that under my eye and then bring it down towards my cheek, not too far. And I also like to bring it around my eye. I like to do that because if there's ever a point where I want to do an eyeshadow, it will make my eyeshadow pop out and stand out a lot more after I set it with setting powder. For liquid blush, I'm going to be going in with the Camo liquid blush, and this is in the shade Pinky Promise from E.L.F. So one thing I can tell you about this, it is super pigmented, you guys. So if you do use this, always try to use just 2 dots because it is super pigmented. For my contour, I'm going to be going in with the Fenty Beauty Matchstick in the shade Truffle. I really do like this matchstick. When I went to Sephora, a nice lady was kind enough to help me pick out the shade that was right for me, and I fell in love. Like it is extremely easy to blend, and as you can see, I put some across my forehead, I put some on my cheek, and a little bit on my jawbone. Also, I contour my nose as well. For setting powder, I'm going to be using the Hudabeauty setting powder, and this is in the shade Bananabread. I definitely never used this brand before, but I extremely loved it. Like it sets my foundation, it sets my concealer in place. It's just amazing. So I'm using it to set underneath my contour, and then also I'm going to go back in and blend it out so there's not any harsh lines. For eyeshadow, I'm going to keep it real simple and use my BH Cares palette, and I'm going to be using the shade Maybe Baby. For my powder blush, I'm going to be going in with another Tarte blush, but this is a powder one, and this is in the shade Blushing Bride. For my bronzer, I'm going to be going in with my Black Radiance palette, and this is the True Complexion Contour palette, light to medium. For mascara, I'm going to be using the Tarte mascara, and this is the Maneater in black. For eyeliner, I'm going to be using my brow pencil. I got this from a regular dollar store. It doesn't have to be fancy. It's just a black regular eye pencil. So one thing I like to do so that you don't mess up your under eye concealer, I always like to use my beauty blender and pull down my eye so that way it doesn't mess up all the makeup that I did earlier. And as you can see, I'm going back in with that mascara just to do my lashes at the bottom. For highlighter, I'm going to be going in with my Milani highlighter, and this is in the shade Strobe Light. The lashes that I'm using today, I actually ordered from Shein. They didn't really have a brand name, but I know the style is in the style Cat Eye. I love these lashes so much. They gave me a wispy look and they were so easy to put on. For the lash glue, I used the strip lash with aloe vera from iEnvy by Kiss. For lips, first I'm going to be going in with my lip liner, and this is the Fenty Beauty Trace Style Pencil Lip Liner in the shade Extra Thigh. Next, I'm going to be using the E.L.F Glow Reviver Lip Oil, and this is in the shade Money Mauve. I freaking love this lip gloss. Like, it is so cute. Like, look at it. It just blends so well with the lip liner. Last but not least, I'm going to be going in with my E.L.F Stay All Night Microfine Setting Mist. I freaking love this. I just had to put my hair back so it didn't wet my hair, but I definitely love this so much. Make sure you always shake up your setting mist before you spray it. And that is the final look, you guys, my soft glam makeup tutorial. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.